Everybody. Happy Friday. It's Face to Face Friday. I am currently finishing up the third part of a three-part series on finding and keeping your motivation, and had a little week lapse in there because we had spring break and I was on vacation, and it was fabulous, but we're back to it. And many of you that are following my journey know that I'm doing really well. My week back, I'm focused. I'm using this advice for myself, and hopefully you can find it helpful as well. If you're joining me live today, please shout out, say that you're here so that I can reach out to you and say hello. And then also, if you're watching the replay, let me know that in the comments below. I'd love to say hello and thank you. So anyway, so I've been talking about motivation. It's the hardest thing, I think, when any of us are on a journey to better ourselves, whether it's our finances or our health or whatever that may be. And it's really important to have that motivation. A lot of my clients will come to me and say, well, how do you stay motivated? How do you get through a birthday celebration? How do you keep your goals to the forefront? So that's why I did this three-part series. So we talked about previously in part one about finding the spark. You have to have a desire. You have to have an expectancy of what it is that you're wanting to change. I also talked about the second part, which is being able to sustain. Once you've lit the spark, you've got to sustain it. If you think about fire, you've got to have some fuel that keeps that fire going. If you don't add fuel to it or add wood to that fire, it's not going to continue to burn. And that sustain piece is the attention and the effort. And I do that by journaling and keeping everything kind of top of mind. Today, I wanted to talk about the third component of your motivation, and that is the amplify part. And the verb amplify means to become more intense, to intensify. And we know that when we add fuel to a fire, that it's just going to get bigger, right? And that's what we're talking about. So it's really, once you get started and the fire's going, then what? You've got to find a way to keep that intense desire to keep going and moving forward. So it's kind of like adding fuel to the flame. And there are two parts of that. So the first part is attitude. Your attitude is probably the most important part for how you continue to move on in your journey. Most important part to the motivation piece. And by attitude, I hear this a lot from my clients, and it resonates with me because I struggle with it all in the same. And that is, where do you spend most of your time? Is it in the drama piece, or is it in the empowerment piece? And a lot of my clients, myself included, spend a lot of time in that drama triangle. I spend time trying to be the hero, or sometimes I make myself out to be the villain or need rescuing. And so that is kind of where people kind of get stuck. I think they kind of think, woe is me. I can't continue to do this. I've got this going on, or I'm too busy, or they make up excuses. And that is simply drama. And drama is anything that we add to the fact. So the fact is, yes, I've got a lot of things to do, but I'm not going to excuse it and play into the drama and say I'm too busy to do the things that I know I need to do to stay focused. So that's kind of where that comes from. You can switch it and just say it's an empowerment. So instead of saying these things are happening to me, think about it as happening for you, or seeing every obstacle as an opportunity to practice the things that you know you need to do. And it's a lot easier said than done, but it's that mind shift. It's that mind shift piece that will get you going and moving in that forward direction. So if you're living in the drama triangle, you are more problem focused. You're focused on all the things that are going wrong, not really spending a lot of time on the solution. If you're in the empowerment triangle, you are thinking about ways to creatively solve and get around and think about things in a different way. And that means you are moving in the right direction, and that's going to help you with your motivation because your attitude is so much more positive. So again, it's thinking about things happening for you instead of to you. It's just a little shift in words that can make a big, big difference. And then the second part of that is the environment. Your environment has to be something that's going to be supportive. And I'm not just talking about your actual physical environment, like the space that you're in, the people that surround you. That is very important, and you need to make sure that you've got all of those things working together with you for whatever the goal is that you've set for yourself. But it's also the environment up here, which kind of goes hand in hand with the attitude piece. So those two, the attitude environment, go hand in hand to help you amplify your motivation to keep you moving forward. So I find that a lot of people, myself included, are struggling with at least one of those aspects of finding and keeping motivation, whether it's with Spark and Sustain or Amplify. So figure out what that piece is that you're kind of struggling with and work on that piece to help keep moving you forward. So I hope you find that helpful. I hope that that helps motivate you as we move into this Easter weekend. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask me if there's anything, other things that you would like for me to explore on these Face to Face Fridays. Reach out, let me know. I'd love to help you, help others. And I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. Talk to you soon.